Today, I'm building an Explorer style watch. Well, I've already built it, it's on my wrist, but I'm not completely satisfied with the result. Let's take a look at the parts I used and how the build came together. I used a genuine NH35 automatic movement with a date at 3 o'clock priced at $48.58. 36mm Explorer style case with sapphire crystal costing $15.24. Stereo 369 Explorer dial with green lume priced at $7.14. Silver Explorer style hands with green lume costing $5. Matte black 20mm genuine leather strap priced at $6.25. Important step using finger Cots. They prevent oils and dust from contaminating the movement, ensuring accuracy and reliability. First step is going to be to take our movement holder and dial. Let's flip it over and see what's going on there. So it's got 6 legs. Usually for an H35 movement, we need to keep only 2 legs. So I'm going to place it onto the movement to see which leg I need to keep and which one I need to cut. Once I figure it out, I'm gonna need to cut 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm gonna cut 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Next step, I'm gonna need to file it to make the surface as flat as possible. I'm gonna be using my diamond needle file. Next step is gonna be cleaning it with a piece of Rodica, inspecting and making sure it looks good enough and it seems okay to me. Next step is gonna be to set our movement at 12 a.m. simply by rotating the crown till the date changes like that. Then let's give it a little bit of blow to our dial and our movement. And it's time to place the dial onto the movement, making sure our legs fit into the movement holes. And let's make sure it is aligned properly. And it seems like everything is good, so I'm gonna need to give it a little bit of push like so. And let's inspect the dial. Is it sitting flat on the movement? And it seems good to me. And let's move to the next step, which is setting hands. I'm going to be using my hand press tool. I have a black one for hour hand, a silver one for minute hand, and a red one for second hand. Taking a piece of Rodica and I'm placing the hour hand and using my black hand press tool, and I just pressed a little bit. I'm trying not to force it, and it seems like it's in place. Let's give it a full spin, making sure that it's working properly. Let's give it a closer look, and it looks pretty good to me. Let's move to the minute hand. Same process, piece of Rodica. This time I'm using silver hand press tool. And again, we're not trying to force anything, and it's better to do it a couple of times so we don't want to break anything. And I'm trying to align it at 12 o'clock as well. And let's see if we have enough clearance between hands, and looks good. So the last one is going to be setting our second hand. The first thing I'm going to need to do is to push the stem all the way into the movement. Once it is done, the process is exactly the same. I just take a piece of Rodica and I'm using red hand press tool, and this is the most delicate hand. It's super thin. We want to take our time. We don't want to force it. And second hand is running, and if it looks easy to you, I'm gonna show you what was happening before. if you see, I was trying to set a second hand, and it took a lot of time for me. I don't know, maybe it's easy for professionals, but that's my second watch build, and I struggle a lot with setting a second hand. This is probably one of the most difficult part of watch assembly. Okay, let's move to the next step, which is removing the stem out of the movement. All what we need to do is just to flip it over, find the release point, gently press, and our stem is gonna be taken out of the movement. I couldn't capture it on camera, so I'm gonna show you the picture right now so you can take a screenshot. Then I'm gonna need to open the case back. I'm gonna be using rubber ball, and let's unscrew it by hand. Once the case back is fully removed, I'm gonna take a gasket out of the case back. Next step, I'm gonna clean the crystal with lens cleaning pen. Then I'm gonna unscrew the crown. Next step, I'm gonna give a little bit of blow, making sure that everything is clean. And let's place our case on top of the dial and movement, making sure that it is aligned properly and it looks pretty good to me. Let's flip it over and let's take a look from the back, and it looks good enough. For the next step, I'm gonna need to adjust the length of the stem. An H35 movement comes with the stem, so I just simply screw the crown onto the stem, which came with the movement. Next step, I'm going to insert the stem into the movement, gentle push, rotation at the same time, and once it is fully in, I'm gonna need to measure the distance between the crown and the thread on the case. I'm using digital caliper for that purpose, and seems like that's the distance I'm gonna need to cut the stem, which is 7.6 millimeters. I'm gonna remove the stem. Here you can see better where to press. Just gentle press and the stem goes out of the movement. Super easy. Next step, I am going to unscrew the crown. Then this is how much I'm gonna need to cut. I already cut the stem. Camera wasn't rolling. The one you see right now, that's my spare one, so I'm not gonna use this one. And so let's see if I already cut enough or not enough. So just simply screw the crown back onto the stem, and let's insert the stem into the movement. Same process, gentle push, rotation at the same time. Okay, once it's fully in, it is in. You can rotate the crown, and if you feel resistance, that means it is fully in. And as of right now, it seems like we need to cut a little bit more. It's not enough, so the same process. Let's remove the stem. Let's unscrew the crown. I'm using metal tweezers to hold the stem. Then I'm gonna use my stem cutter. That's the new one I recently purchased. And so I just cut it by eye a little bit. Now I'm using diamond needle file to file the stem a little bit. Next step, I'm going to screw the crown onto the stem again. Let's insert the stem back into the movement, same process, gentle push, a little bit of rotation, like so, and we're fully in, and it actually seems pretty good to me. So I'm gonna try to screw the crown onto the case thread. Just a little bit of push and rotation at the same time, and actually it's looking pretty good to me. Yeah, seems like I cut the exact length. Okay, as almost the last step, let's remove the stem out of the movement one more time. Let's unscrew the crown, and I'm gonna clean the stem with this Rodica. Then I'm gonna apply a little bit of thread locker, just a little bit, like that, and I'm gonna screw the crown back onto the stem, just using my hands. And let's clean leftovers from thread locker, making sure it is clean. And I'm gonna use my metal tweezers one more time to screw the crown all the way in. And as almost the last step, let's insert the stem into the movement. Just a little bit of push and rotation, and it is fully screwed on, and it is looking good to me. Let's give it a little bit of blow. For the next step, I'm gonna need to lubricate gasket using seal grease. So I just put it into the seal grease, a little bit of rotation so it is lubricated, and let's take tweezers and let's place the gasket back into the groove of the case back, like so. Let's make sure it is fully in its place, and let's screw the case back onto the watch case. I'm using my hands for now, and I'm gonna use rubber ball to screw the case back all the way in. Okay, now I'm going to set the time, so I am gonna need to unscrew the crown first. Okay, the next step, I'm gonna need to pull the crown 2 times. The first time it's gonna be our date change. The second time, if you see second hand stopped, and let's adjust the time. Let's say it is let's say it's 350, like that, and let's push the crown, and if you see second hand started running again, I am going to screw the crown back onto the watch thread, like so, and let's set our strap. Let's do one side first. Let's do the second side, and let's take a look at the final watch. What do you think, guys? Do you like it or you don't like it? Would you like to try to build your own? You can also download a free PDF file with all the parts, tools, step-by-step assembly guide, a couple of tips how how you can save a little bit of money on AliExpress. Feel free to download it. I absolutely love this watch. The only thing that I'm not sure if I really love the serial dial, that it has nothing on it. I am thinking of replacing the dial, and I know that you can order a dial from AliExpress where it says as logo, so it's gonna have a Seiko name on it, and I would probably go for it. So I want to get something what's something's gonna be written on the dial. And actually I used ChatGPT just to see what the difference is going to be, and now you're gonna see it on your screen. So that's the watch I built, and that's the watch I'm thinking to do. So I'm thinking to replace the dial. What do you think? Which one, option 1 or option 2, is gonna be better? Which one do you like the most? But I am thinking that I'm gonna go for the dial replacement. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.